Hi, I'm Will, and today I'm going to be cooking some low-fat salmon croquettes here on the Geezer Guide to Better Living. Salmon is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and it's low in carb. So you know you need to add this recipe and other recipes that include salmon into your prep. So you need to watch this video and it'll give you a good idea of how you can make your salmon cakes. What you're going to start off with is a can of salmon. You can use, if you want to, fresh salmon, and you can grind it up and you can make salmon patties. You will have to add a binder with that because salmon is really loose if it's fresh. So I like using this because you don't have to use as much binder, which will add calories and carbs. You want to try to keep this into a low carb dish. So you want to use it in the can. And the can is already pre-cooked, so you don't have to do a lot of cooking. And if you don't want to use salmon, because this can also costs about $3, almost $4 for one can of salmon. It used to be a lot cheaper. You can use micro. Micro is a good source of protein. Also, I'm not sure about the omega-3 fatty acids, but most fish do have omega-3 fatty acids. So this is a good source of protein also, and it can be low carb if you prepare it correctly. Both of these dishes can be low carb if you make the patties and you put it in the oven and you bake it. That is a good way to break down all the fat. You won't get a lot of fat if you do it that way, but you lose some of the taste. So I'm going to do mine on top of the stove in a pan, but I'm going to use very little oil because you don't have to really cook these for a very long time. You just want to brown them on both sides, and you don't make them too thick so that the raw egg that you're using in it gets cooked. All right, so I'm going to show you the ingredients that you need to start this out. Let's get cooking. I like to start off by removing any large bones that I may find in my fish because I don't like to pound my fish and to mash it together. I like to flake it with a fork because it makes it a lot more fluffy and not like a hockey puck. It makes it not too thick. I want it to be firm, but I want it to be filling and not sitting in my stomach like a brick. When adding my ingredients, I like to go wet, dry, and incorporate it real good and check the texture before I add in another ingredient. That way I can decide if I need to leave out any fillers. I want to make sure that it does not end up being like a pancake batter. And like I say, I like it to be flaky and not to be dense. The last ingredient I add is lemon juice. It really perks up the flavor and it cuts down the fishiness. Now I'm going to shape the croquettes. On a piece of wax paper, I pull out a cookie cutter or a molder and I add a dollop into the cookie cutter and I flatten it out so that it will cook evenly and cook fast. Two cans of salmon makes about 9 burger-sized patties. Now that the patties have been shaped, we're going to cook it in a little bit of canola oil. You can use a better oil, which will have less fat in it, like a grapeseed or a olive oil. But I'm gonna use this because I want it to taste good and natural. I'm not using a lot of oil, just enough to brown the patties. Like I said, the salmon has already been cooked. You're gonna brown them on both sides. All right. Heat your pan first and you'll get a more precise pour because the pan will be hot and it will keep you from over pouring. You want just enough to cover the bottom of the pan to keep the patties from sticking. You will know that you did a perfect pour when you can see that the patties are not totally immersed in the oil. You're going to cook each patty 3 to 4 minutes on each side. When the time is up, you're going to gently flip the patties over. And once you have done this, you're going to kind of compress them down a little bit so that they will be more firm. You do not want to make them stiff. You just want to make them stay together. Just a little push. You can place the fully cooked patties on wax paper or paper towel to absorb any excess oil. While the second batch of salmon croquettes cook, we're going to make a creamy dill sauce. This is so fast and easy and it's so good, you can do it in less time than it will take for the second batch of patties to be cooked. Incorporate the almond milk into the sour cream slowly until you get the consistency that you're looking for. You want it to be creamy and not soupy. The croquettes have been plated. All I have to do now is add a couple of dollops of the savory dill sauce. Add this recipe to your meal plan, and I'm sure you'll be thanking me later. Anyway, I really enjoy making these videos, and I'm glad that you watch it. So be sure to like, comment, and share my videos, and please subscribe. And if you get a chance, will you please check out my art website at buildthebarber.pixels.com. And I thank you again.